In the current melee meta, there seems to be a triangle that's emerged at the top. In a previous video, we discussed one half of this triangle, Jmook versus Zain, where Jmook sits as the greatest threat to Zain's #1 ranking. Today, we'll be talking about the other piece of this triangle, because after Riptide 2022, Hungrybox just might be the keystone of it all.
Yo, that's it. That's it. Oh no, one more mix.
Back here.
That's it.
Yeah, that's game.
Yep, that's it.
The box.
The box is in the house.
Will Hungrybox end the year at #1? Let's dive in and see. If you asked a random Melee player back in 2010 about Sheik matchups, most would have told you that Sheik does well against Marth and struggles against Puff. As time went on and players like PPMD emerged to dominance, the sentiment about the Sheik-Marth matchup seemed to drift to make things more even for Marth. It became common to say that the matchup was even at a high level, and there were even whispers that Marth might actually win the matchup. During EVO 2015, PPMD would switch off his Falco to his Marth to use against Plup's Sheik, and PPMD won.
Doesn't get the strongest hit. That's a really powerful move, but the spacing on the hard hitbox is really hard to find, and PP closes it out.
As the years went on, we saw little of Sheik at the top, with the solo Sheik still having yet to win a major. So we saw a lot of Puff Marth at the top, with Zain finally taking dominance over Hungrybox in the quarantine days. But in 2022, the Sheiks are back, and it seems like Marth might still have some Sheik issues after all, since Leffen, Plup, and Jmook all have a winning record against the current highest rated player with Sheik. While this has been tough news for Zain, it seems like Hungrybox is happy to find more Sheiks in top 8. Hbox has always done well versus Sheik, and during Riptide 2022, we saw this dynamic in full swing. At Riptide 2022, Zain was knocked out surprisingly early at 5th, after an amazing set from S2J, followed by an unlucky meeting with Jmook in top 8 losers side.
Out of the woods. The
reverse snare, but now he has the best angle he's had so far. Oh, it's it.
The back air
That's
does it.
With this Marth out of the way, top 8's fate would be set by Hungrybox versus Jmook and Plup. First came Hungrybox versus Jmook in the winner's semi-final, and this match was basically a Hungrybox speedrun. With quick stock exchanges, Hbox closed out the set 3-0 in about 8 minutes time, resoundingly answering Jmook's victory over the box at Shine 2022.
Back throw here, gets to the ledge. Oh, well, doesn't quite, but could have got to ledge faster, which I didn't think was going to be possible. And that's...
Well, these aerials by Jmook are fast, but another rest!
Are you kidding
me?
Having dropped Jmook down to losers, where Jmook would go on to seal Zain's fate, Hungrybox went to the winner's final where he would meet Plup. In this set, Plup held on close to his Fox. After a quick game on Yoshi's, Plup had a strong early lead, winning with 3 stocks to spare. Hungrybox then took Plup to his expanded domain of Dreamland, where he would eventually win. For games 3 and 4, we were at Pokemon Stadium, where the match pacing became much slower. Stadium is a stage that's tough for Puff to interact on. After an arduous match, the Clutch Box prevailed in Game 3 in a last stock situation.
Oh,
yo! That was wild.
Plup re-picked the stage, feeling confident he'd be the one to clutch it, but misfortune would be met as he SD'd on his second to last stock at 0%, making the odds less favorable. Despite this, Plup cleaned it up. After a few tense minutes and some scary transformation timings, Plup took Hungrybox's remaining 2 stocks for the game win.
Oh, that's it.
There it is.
Oh,
Somehow.
Finally, we entered Game 5 on Battlefield. Hbox missed a rest, then Plup came in like a machine, cleaning up the game with 3 stocks to spare and winning the set overall 3-2.
Oh,
yeah, you might be right, bro.
Zip him
Yeah.
up, zip him up.
Zip him up.
Zip him up, yo.
Yeah.
Entering the losers final, Hungrybox would meet Jmook once again, and this set was much closer than the last. In this set, we saw Hbox starting to get a bit greedy with the rest, as Sheik's limited responses to this move makes for an open season. Game 1 would go to Hbox, up 2 stocks. In Game 2, Jmook took the box to Stadium, and in a last stock situation, narrowly took victory.
One more. Okay, let's see what Hungrybox can do. Oh, never mind. Hungrybox loses the game.
However, this victory would come with a price, as Hbox was now open to take Game 3 to Dreamland. As this game whittled down to another last stock situation, we could see Jmook become increasingly desperate to land a grab, with the game ending after Jmook missed a grab, went for the grab again, and got rested in return.
Yo, Hungrybox choking.
Oh, why did you go for it again?
And at this point, the spirit of the game entered Hungrybox. In Game 4, we had a final last stock situation, as Jmook climbed up to recover to be met with a rest to seal the set.
Good.
Oh,
Oh, that's tough.
Unfortunately for Jmook, this set seems to have brought out the Monday morning quarterbacks. If I was Jmook, I simply wouldn't have grabbed. Or, as commenter LN jokingly put it, Jmook could have survived the end by doing 7-frame perfect unbuffered spot dodges to kill his momentum and not fly off stage. Either way, the set was done and Jmook finished his run at 3rd. Finally, we enter Grand Finals, where Plup and Hungrybox would face off again, and they were both operating with excellence. Plup was fast, but Hungrybox met him with clean platform movement and overall great neutral. The set began with an explosive start, as Hbox quickly wrested Plup's first stock. However, Plup was here to play, and ended Game 1 up 2 stocks, sending him back again to Dreamland. With great patience and favorable ceilings, Hungrybox clutched the second game with 3 stocks to spare. Plup answered with Pokemon Stadium, this time winning on the stage resoundingly, taking the first 3 stocks with ease, then earning the 4th after quite a war of attrition. In Game 4, Hungrybox took Plup's first 2 stocks in less than 30 seconds. Thankfully for Plup, Hbox would miss his next rest, allowing Plup some time to recover. Despite Plup getting his plans back in order, it was too little too late, as Hbox prevailed in a last stock situation. For Game 5, Plup returned to Yoshi's, perhaps looking to create the same magic from Game 1 of their winners finals set. However, the box was ready. Having stacked his Gatorade buffs, a well-hydrated Hungrybox took back-to-back-to-back stocks, ending this game up 3 stocks and successfully resetting the bracket.
Oh.
One more stock chance for the
Oh,
box.
bro, you right?
Oh.
There it goes. Yo, Hungrybox, they pop it off for Hungrybox.
By this point, it was rough to be Plup. Hungrybox was feeling himself, making the shocking choice to start Game 1 of the reset on Final Destination. FD is arguably Fox's strongest stage against Puff, but Hbox was seeing beyond what a normal human can, noting that Plup is one of the weaker Foxes on FD since Plup is such a platform champ. Here, he was almost feeling himself too hard, as he lost stock 1, then opted for a rest which ended up being a bad trade, as he was now down to 2 stocks to Plup's 3. But Hungrybox proved his confidence was not in vain, bringing Plup down to the depths and ultimately securing the victory after a last stock situation.
Great, unfortunate.
Oh.
Yo, and he knows something we don't, bro.
Might just be the go-to.
Next, we would see another back-to-back outing on Pokemon Stadium. Hbox took the first outing after resting to prevail in yet another last stock situation. Then the second outing saw Plup gain some momentum near the end of a longer game, with Plup winning by 2 stocks.
Right now.
Control in the middle. Ooh,
Yo,
yeah,
and
that's
that was
game.
a stock. That's what we needed.
That was a stock of legend.
However, this win would not mean much for Plup, as it would culminate with Hungrybox taking Plup back to his bread and butter stage, Dreamland. With some more dancing off stage, Hungrybox would ultimately prevail as the winner of Riptide 2022.
Oh.
Yo, that's
Yeah,
it. That's
yeah.
it. Oh no, one more mix.
Back here.
That's
Oh,
it.
oh.
That's
Yeah, that's game.
Yep, that's it.
The box.
The box is in the house.
With another tournament in his pocket, Hungrybox has the potential to be the #1 of 2022. And wait a minute, how many years has Hbox been #1 again? Is he starting to move into the GOAT territory? Well, maybe. Zain still has better head-to-head results with other top players, and iBDW has more than the both of them. But on top of Hungrybox benefiting from the rising popularity of Sheik, it's also true that some common H-Banes have been missing from recent Melee. Leffen is still getting back to regular attendance, iBDW is injured, and Wizrobe was also out for health issues. This shouldn't take away anything from Hbox though, because whether you like him or not, he's consistently been showing up and showing out at tournaments, and he can only beat the people who are actually in attendance. But it does make us excited to see how Hungrybox does when these players invariably return. In just a little over a week, Wizrobe and Hungrybox will be at Lost Tech City. Should these two collide in bracket, one of the greatest questions facing the current top player meta will finally be updated. So who do you think is taking the #1 spot for the year? Are you willing to take the Hbox pill? Whatever your choice may be, let us know in the comments below, and like and subscribe to PGstats for more Melee analysis.